Hello everybody, I am NicoD. So today more Windows games on the Raspberry Pi 4 on TwisterOS with Box86. So small recap, so TwisterOS is Raspbian with a lot of programs pre-installed, a lot of things for gaming, but also tools to make the desktop look better and a tool to overclock the Raspberry Pi without having to mess with text files. So I've learned a lot the last days about Box86 and I found some more awesome games that play well on Box86 with the Raspberry Pi 4. Also watch my video about the setup of TwisterOS. So the first thing I've learned is to set the display resolution of your display itself to the same resolution as the game you are gonna play. So first set the resolution in the game as is optimal, then go out of the game, close Wine, then set the correct display resolution for your display and open Wine again. If we then open the game, then it will be full screen. So here is Viper Racing, a really awesome racing game. It runs pretty well at 640 by 480. So I first set my display resolution to 640 by 480, then I open Wine again, and then I open Viper Racing again, and then I can play at full screen. One of my all-time favorite games, but all of the games in this list are my all-time favorite games. Something very handy is here when we go to Wine configuration, then to drives. Here you can add a drive. I've added one for Viper Racing, and if you do show advanced, you can choose it to act as a CD-ROM. So all you need to do is click add, browse to the path where your CD-ROM files, or show advanced and choose CD-ROM. This doesn't work for all games, and also cracks don't always work on games. So it can be very handy to have this to be able to update games without needing a crack for it. Because many games do have a lot of bugs, and only with the patches you can get the bugs out, but many times cracks are not made for the patched versions. Here's another awesome game that I've got a lot of nostalgia for, Motocross Madness. It's an awesome game and it runs really great on the Raspberry Pi 4. I did have to do a lot of testing before I could get it to work, but finally it works and I'm so happy about it. So it isn't always easy to get games to work, but if you try and you work patiently, then sometimes you may have luck. So as promised, we go from awesome game to awesome game. Here is Carmageddon 2 Carpocalypse now. It also runs pretty well on the Raspberry Pi 4. Again, we can expect these things to improve a lot in the future, but games that run with OpenGL or 3DFX do run well.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
A game that runs very well is Settlers 4. I love the Settlers series. I've played it from Settlers 3 I think, or Settlers 2 until Settlers 7. I still play Settlers 7 a lot. It was in my favorite strategy games. But I forgot how Settlers 4 is played. So I really didn't know what I was doing. But it does play very well. Here's a bit a special case. So Edgecraft, it is a game that I know from the Odroid XU4 from Maverick his repos, but it is also playable on Windows. So I tried the Windows version on Box86 and it runs great. You can of course run this game natively in Linux on the Raspberry Pi 4. And now the game that I played the most in my entire life, Cycling Manager 4. For me it is awesome to be able to play this on the Raspberry Pi. I don't think many people will like this game, but I love cycling, so I do love Cycling Manager. This is the version when I started with it. So in 2004 there was Cycling Manager 4, then it became Pro Cycling Manager 2015. And the last version was Pro Cycling Manager 2019. I don't think they will make one for 2020. The cycling season is a bit strange for it. You'd have to wait a lot of months before you could get on your bike. But well, so I am playing here with Quickstep. I'm gonna play Paris-Roubaix. Quickstep has the best team on paper, so I must win. So I'm gonna give a little bit of commentary on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Compiègne. Today the riders will face more than 250 kilometres of what is called the Hell of the North. Only the most resilient and courageous riders will have the honour to finish this race in the Roubaix Velodrome later this afternoon.
So the favourites of today are perhaps Quickstep. They come with the best team. They've got Tom Bonen, the very young sprinter of Quickstep, who does great on cobbles. And we also have got Johan Museeuw in the same team. So the old fox with young lion, how can they be beaten? But Quickstep doesn't only have Tom Bonen and Johan Museeuw. They also have got Paolo Bettini, ex-world champion, and also Knaven of course. He won this race before, so they have a great team to win this race again. Of course there are some other teams on the start that have good riders. For instance, there is George Hincapie for US Postal. There is Peter van Peterham for Lotto. He is in great shape. So the first 100 kilometers is very easy. There are no cobbles. Only after 100 kilometers the cobbles begin. So it is work time for Kevin Huismans. He will do the first part of the race. And by the time the cobbles come, his race will be finished. And there's a breakaway of 6 riders. There's not too dangerous in here. Though Vinokourov is with the breakaway. He is a great rider, but on cobbles he doesn't get too far. So we don't have to worry about him.
It could work. Several riders are attempting to break away.
And more riders break away. Again 6 riders have gone. We've got 12 riders. None of them is a danger for the win. They can't ride over cobbles well enough. And so let's fast forward. Wished we could do that in the real races when it is boring. While the breakaway is a way of 12, we are chasing them but not too hard. Kevin Huismans does the work. The rest of the team can spare their legs and sits behind him. For them the work only will come when the cobbles come. So it is waiting for the first cobbles. That's in the forest of Valère. Always has been a special place. But it isn't the place where you can win the race, you can lose the race over there. We do remember Johan Museeuw breaking his knee over there, and many other people have left their flesh and bones on the sides of that road. So here we go, the first cobbles of today. Oh no, and there's a crash in the lead group. Their day is over. Now let's go see in the peloton. Oh no! There's also a crash in the peloton. Oh my god! Half the peloton has fallen down. Oh my god, what has happened here? The forest of Valère has again showed it is the start of the hell. Oh my god, look at that, the whole peloton is down. Also Tom Boonen and Paolo Bettini have fallen down. Tom Boonen was a favorite of today. I hope he is doing okay. He isn't getting up, oh my god. Also Paolo Bettini is not getting up. Quickstep has lost 2 riders already at the first cobbles. What a race will this be? They've only got Johan Museeuw left and Knaven to finish this race well. The lead group has been taken. Psycho and US Postal have taken over the lead in the peloton. What will Quickstep do now? There are only about 40 riders left in the first group, and behind that is a fallen peloton. So on to the next cobbles. Now Lotto has taken over the lead. Together with Psycho and US Postal they are pulling at the head of the peloton. A lot of riders are in difficulties. Many riders don't have any sugars anymore, so they have to keep eating and drinking to regain their energy, but it won't last them long anymore if they have got troubles now. We have lost a lot of riders. The tempo made by Lotto, US Postal and Psycho is way too hard for my riders. Even Johan Museeuw doesn't look too good anymore. We just have to hang on. And Peter van Peterham himself goes to the lead. Everybody is in trouble. Even Johan Museeuw has trouble following him. And now Johan Museeuw has to let go. Together with Dario Pieri and Servaas Knaven he can try to get organized, and maybe they can still catch the leaders. It is still early in the race, it is more than 100 kilometers from the finish. So it is very early to go, but if you are the best, then nobody can stop you. Pieri, Museeuw and Knaven do everything they can to get closer to the elite group. But it doesn't work. They keep on losing time. Now it's more than 2 minutes. So I think it is race over for them. Now Servaas Knaven is giving it all for Johan Museeuw. Johan Museeuw can rest a bit in his wheel while Knaven does all the work. But they don't come closer, so they are too strong in the front. So the lead pack is Peter van Peterham together with George Hincapie and Yekimov. So it's 3 against 3, but the 3 in front are better. And now even Dario Pieri is going away from Johan Museeuw. Johan Museeuw cannot follow Dario Pieri. Pieri must have a very good day today. So we are at 40 kilometers of the finish. Johan Museeuw doesn't look too good anymore. He doesn't have the energy left anymore to compete with Pieri. So we know for sure Quickstep will not win this race. So let's go to the finish. So Peter van Peterham wins Paris-Roubaix 2004. He was the strongest, there was no doubt about that. And Dario Pieri got the second place. What an amazing race of him. He did catch George Hincapie and Yekimov in the last part. And sixth is Johan Museeuw. So Quickstep didn't have a very good race. The most important thing of the race was the fall of the pack. They've lost their favorite over there, Tom Boonen, so they couldn't win. So that was it for this race, and that was it for this video. I've got another special video coming up, also about a Windows game on the Raspberry Pi 4, but it is a way too brutal game to include in this video, else I will not have no monetization on this video. So thank you all for watching, hope to see you all later. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, bye!